Hi, I'm Keith Holland from the Guitar Hospital, and this is part 2 of Acoustic Guitar Pickups. And I'd like to steer away from microphones a little bit to begin with, and we'll talk about the acoustic pickups that are installed in a guitar on a permanent basis. I find that my customers are very happy with having a pickup that's installed on a permanent basis because it's just real user friendly. Every time they go to a venue, they plug in and they go, and it sounds good. So if a person comes to me and he says, listen, I'm just going to be playing in a coffee houses, maybe with another acoustic guitar player, singer-songwriter stuff. I'm not going to be playing any big stages or anything. Usually I start, at that point I talk about, let's try to get the best acoustic sound for you that we can. And what I found is generally speaking, that can be the soundboard transducers. And there's a couple of really good ones out there, and I'd like to talk about a couple. And there's a lot of them, but the ones that I find that work the best for my customers are two specific brands. The K&K pickup system, which is small transducers that, in this case, you'll see 4. This one's actually 4 transducers because it's the application for this is for a classical guitar, and the fan bracing on a classical guitar would require to have 4 transducers lined up in between the braces, and so these little transducers here I find work very well. The nice thing about the K&K system is you can get it. You have several options available to you when you get it installed. You can get just the transducers in a passive type situation, and that works pretty well for a lot of applications. Some people find that they need a volume control, and they have a passive volume control that goes right on the inside. It's a very popular thing these days. You can't really see it. But here's a B-band type system. There's 2, you see, little thumb wheel controls here. One of these is for volume, and sometimes, in this case, it's the other one is a mix between the 2 pickups that are going to be installed inside the guitar. Sometimes they'll just have a little tone control, volume and a tone control. Sometimes just a volume control. Here's one installed inside the guitar, and in this case, you have a volume control and a mix control for the 2 pickups that are inside there, a soundboard transducer and an under-saddle pickup. So, back to the K&K system here, you have the option of getting the K&K system just installed, and then you can plug into your in-pin jack. The in-pin jack is back here. It takes the place of and includes a strap peg. So the strap peg comes out. The hole is widened slightly for the jack to go in, and it includes a little option back here to attach your strap as well. So it's a very convenient, simple operation to install that. So that goes in, and then you have your passive system, or you've got the option of the passive tone control, or you have another option to go with a preamp. That preamp, you can see here the B-band preamp here. I don't think this one has this one actually has a preamp as well. The preamp is built inside here. It has, you see the little volume control right here for it. This is the K&K system. So this one's an active system that I'm showing you here. The battery is installed in a small clip. You see here's the B-band clip that goes inside. Usually what I like to do is I like to put it up here. I put a piece of Velcro inside there, inside the guitar here, with the battery clips inside there. And it's a very low draining system, so the battery, a good alkaline battery, will last you a year. And that's great because you don't have to change it very often. Okay, so that's the K&K system. That's, like I said, a soundboard transducer. Not much effect, if any, that you'll hear and change of tone of the guitar acoustically. But electrically, it's a very, very, very good system to install. Here's the B-band system now. This is an under-saddle pickup. B-band makes one of the best sounding, natural sounding under saddle pickups I've ever heard. It's a very simple installation on this. You should leave it to a pro to do it, however. The saddle comes out, a small hole is drilled underneath the saddle in the slot, the saddle slot. The pickup comes up through, sits underneath the saddle, so the strings pick up through the saddle into the element. And then once again you have your same installation. The B-band also has the option of having a soundboard transducer, which is installed on top of the soundboard. Actually, the bridge plate that's inside there, underneath there, it's installed inside the guitar underneath that saddle, and you can blend the two and get different tones. It's a more direct, biting sound for an under saddle transducer, and then a warmer tone for the soundboard transducer that comes off the top of the instrument. So you can blend the two in to kind of get an option, maybe warmer or brighter. And what I found is this can be an extremely versatile system for a lot of applications. You can use the more of the soundboard transducer to get a more natural acoustic tone off the top of the instrument. And then you can blend some of the, as you get to the louder shows that you're doing, larger venues, maybe you may want to get more of the under saddle transducer blended into the tone, and that you would do that with your little twist here, a little volume control or option control here, which will blend between the two pickups. And I find that this is probably the most popular system I've installed. When I like to, I don't like to put my own twist on things as much as listen to my customers. And I found that installing the system in my customers' guitars has been very, very positive. People come back, and this is really the kind of system that you would, probably the best system that you could put in your guitar as far as all the options or all the results that you get. In other words, you're not messing with the tone of the acoustic tone of the guitar at all. If any, it's very, very minimal. Maybe you probably would not notice any change in the overall tone of the instrument. It's also, you're just drilling that one small hole in there and then widening out the slot down here. So you're not doing a lot of changes, making a lot of changes in the instrument itself, which is important to a lot of people, especially if you have an expensive guitar like this Breedlove here. You don't want to change the guitar a lot. You don't want to, cut a big hole in the side, which we'll be talking about in our next element, in our next installment here. So those are the options that are available to you as far as under saddle transducer, and as well as the soundboard transducer.
Keith, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Once I have my guitar and I go either through an amplifier or a soundboard, is this a lot more likely to feedback?
Well, feedback is an issue you have to deal with, and we'll be discussing that a little bit further in our next episode. And there are ways to take care of feedback, and my answer to that is yes. There are feedback problems that can exist when you start playing loud, and that's just a problem with acoustic guitars. When you get into magnetic pickups, that kind of goes away. So if you're playing in a very, very loud situation, then that's where the application of the magnetic pickup, and we'll talk some more about that later.
Great, thanks a lot.
Sure.